Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. What the hell are the Falcons doing with quarterback Michael Penix Jr.? I know I cover the Bucs, but I also cover the NFC South, and it's important to pay attention to Tampa Bay's division rivals, especially ones that have been anointed the NFC South champions before the season even begins, right? Yes, we just had Falcons head coach and former Bucs head coach Raheem Morris on the Pewter Report podcast. But don't worry, I'm not switching allegiances. But this is a Falcons themed Pewter Pulse, and for good reason. I'm also recording a couple of Bucs related Pewter Pulses this week just for you, so don't worry. But Penix, the Falcons' first round pick, is a Tampa area kid from Dade City, and he's newsworthy right now. Why? Because he's not playing in the Falcons preseason finale this week, and he didn't play Saturday against Baltimore as a healthy scratch. What the hell is going on? I'll give you my thoughts on that in just a minute. But first, your reminder to hit the thumbs up button, give us a like, and also leave a comment. Love reading your comments. Doing those two things helps us with the YouTube algorithm, helps us get in front of more great Bucs fans like you. So let's get to this Michael Penix mystery, shall we? Because it just doesn't make a lot of sense as to why he's only playing in one preseason game this year. Michael Penix did play in the preseason opener against Miami after having joint practices against the Dolphins, and he completed 9 of 16 passes for 104 yards, including a beautiful 41-yard pass downfield. He looked good. But then Raheem Morris surprised the NFL world by shutting him down for the rest of the preseason. For the record, Kirk Cousins, who was the big free agent import from the Minnesota Vikings, hasn't played in any preseason games and is not expected to play in the finale either. The 36-year-old quarterback is coming off a torn Achilles, and while he was cleared to participate in training camp on July 25th, he's been protected. He's been practicing, and the expectation is that he'll be the opening day starter, but he'll do so without taking any hits in the preseason or really eluding any pass rushers either. The fact that Penix has been yanked from the preseason games seems like the Falcons are concerned about Cousins' ability to stay healthy this year, doesn't it? Perhaps Atlanta's anticipating Cousins going down at some point, given the fact that the Vikings lost their first round pick, J.J. McCarthy, who was slated to be the starting quarterback, to a season-ending knee injury in the preseason opener. Well, maybe that spooked the Falcons. Penix didn't miss a start the last 2 years at Washington, but he had 2 torn ACL injuries and a shoulder injury in his previous stop at Indiana. So maybe there are some frailty concerns with Penix. And if Penix is going out there with backup offensive linemen in the preseason, well, he is even more in harm's way. The decision not to play Penix the last 2 preseason games seems to be based around protecting him from injury. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris suggested as much in a recent appearance with Kay Adams on Up and Adams. What we can do in practice is simulate that against our own guys while mitigating injury, while we limit putting him in harm's way. It's just not worth it. You don't get mulligans if you do get a player hurt that you are counting on. I want to put myself in the best situation not to have that. The key part of Morris's statement is counting on, which indicates that they are expecting Penix to play at some point during his rookie season. Would the Falcons shock the league and start the year with Penix to give Cousins more time to heal if he's not ready to start? Well, that would be quite the week 1 surprise, wouldn't it? Maybe the Falcons don't want Penix to shine too much in the preseason and create a quarterback controversy if Cousins struggles at the start of the year. Remember, they signed Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract, including $100 million in guaranteed money. So they don't want to pull Kirk right away, even if he struggles. And sometimes the backup quarterback is the most popular quarterback in town for struggling teams. It's crazy that Atlanta is not getting Penix the necessary experience that he'll need for the future in these preseason games. Jordan Love, the Packers quarterback, well, he played in all of the preseason games during his rookie year, and so did Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. And both those guys were first-round picks who didn't start their rookie years. The Falcons are blowing a big opportunity to give Penix some game reps and level up in the preseason. Joint practices can simulate game action and better protect quarterbacks, but it ain't like the real thing. If the Falcons are doing this, which they are, they're doing a big disservice to Penix and their football team by not playing him in this preseason finale. But maybe that benefits the Bucs down the road somehow. Tampa Bay plays in Atlanta on Thursday Night Football in Week 5, and then again at Raymond James Stadium in Week 8. Who knows who will be the Falcons quarterback when they face the Bucs twice in the month of October? But I do know if it's Michael Penix Jr., he's not going to be prepared as he could have been and perhaps should have been when Todd Bowles' defense gets a hold of him. We want you to get a hold of more Bucs content and NFC South content. So for more Pewter Pulse episodes and other great Bucs video content, visit and subscribe to Pewter Report TV. It's our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us all season long on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report. And visit pewterreport.com for all of our training camp, preseason, and regular season action for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'll be back soon with the new Pewter Pulse.